in a minute since we did one of these Armored Core things, and you know what? I've been mentioning for a while that Wachter's been working on a Rebalance or Silent Line, and finally got to get it. Well, finally got access to that yesterday. I'm pretty sure probably could have asked at some point earlier, but you know what? Details. So first of all, yes, the entire background of this whole thing is just slapped together in 2 seconds. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So yeah, as far as what's changed, there is a whole change log that I will probably include in this whole thing later, but long story short, a bunch of stuff has been rebalanced and changed and whatever else, but I don't want to go get into all of the details and everything else and go line by line on it, so I'm going to set up a normal run. I was just kind of sent over to me yesterday, so I want to kind of do it a little bit blind here. But some things that I do know are, for example, the lefty douche sniper is nerfed a bit, though surprisingly not for damage as much as firing rate and weight. I noticed that one. I noticed the 800 MG, I believe, only had its lockbox changed, so it's a standard instead of the friggin' whole screen craziness there. So the challenge that was issued yesterday was to use one of the new things that was added. Which was essentially a alternate side grade to the nukes that are essentially a 6-shot insta-kill nuke. So we'll see how that works exactly. I don't know if that's actually available at the start or what, but let's take a look. So the first goal would be to just kind of play normally until we get access to those things. Are they available at the start? No. So I suppose that probably would have been a good question to start with, of how exactly do you get a hold of them suckers. But yeah, some other stuff that was changed. If you're going for the heat rifle, it actually has less damage than the regular. Well, is this actually still the wide rifle? No, it's a standard lockbox now. So it doesn't have that special, crazy huge lockbox or anything. So that's probably reduced a little bit. What else do we have at the start? I know the kind of machine pistol thing that you get. That's kind of your AC2 reference. I know that thing got nerfed. Apparently it was a decent bit heavier, which it should be. The thing is basically a death beam. Yeah, God only knows what they were thinking with balance of some stuff in this game, but yeah. So either way, stuff's rebalanced, so as per, I guess we're just doing the usual run until we get first round of unlocks here. So as per usual, go take out Little Bear, get some parts, go get some S ranks, get some more parts. Like, the early game of SL is kind of odd in that regard. Actually, let me double check something real quick, because I want to make sure that I have, do I have cheats active? Yes, I do. So let me just make sure that the hang workaround is active. Which, by the way, it's actually funny. You don't see a lot of edited UI that often. Okay, so yeah, hang workaround is active. Let's get that mouse out of here and move right along. Hopefully Mr. Wachter will be available. Whoa. Oh, jeez. Well, my son is very much awake. Hello, Mr. Man. Just shows up out of the darkness. Hi, how's it going? Alright, hang on one quick second here. Alrighty, and back. Yeah, it's funny. They wake up earlier and earlier every day, to the point that I kid you not, they've been up at like 4:30 before. I'm like, oh nope, we're all good to go. Alright, so this thing is still fully capable of stun locking. That's good. So yeah, I would assume if they're unlocking like the regular ones, I would assume it's probably, I want to say it's the second shop upgrade that ends up unlocking the nukes. So we'll see. I think the picture they sent, I think he said it was the Gigas. Is that what it's called now? Or the... Did you change it to the Megas? Because I think that's where... I know somebody posted a link to a Megas XLR clip. Yeah, starter rifle doesn't seem to shred this guy as good as it usually does, but then again, maybe I'm just looking for changes when there aren't any. Because many of the rebalances seem to be kind of common sense rebalances to address some of the really weird stuff that you'd find. Especially stuff like the heat rifle just being out and out busted. Which actually, yeah, I have to say that it's good to see the wide rifle gone. Or at least nerfed. Because it was kind of a no-brainer. There's really no reason to use any of the other rifles in that respect. Like, there's not many things that bug me about AC3 and Silent Line, but that was always one of them. I was like, man, the kind of top-of-the-line rifle looks so cool, but there's no reason to use it, ever. It's like, it's got less ammo, it's got very slightly more attack, and then its lockbox is trash, so why would you use it? As opposed to this thing, which overheats stuff the second it touches it, and has all the ammo ever. Alright. Funnily enough, Kisaragi doesn't apparently like us at the start of the game. Never really, never thought about that one. So we get a Napalm Gun. You know what? Screw it. Let's just use the Napalm Gun. See if that's improved any. Probably hasn't. I mean, 200 attack. I think that's an upgrade? Question mark? Yeah, I think I had like 100 maybe? See, maybe I should have kept that spreadsheet up. Details. Alright. Anyway, more arena stuff. This is basically your, I feel like, winning the arena now gun, so... There's that. I should probably go ahead and just sell the rifle, get an MG or something instead. There's something that makes it a little bit easier to shred stuff. Because yeah, up until you get to some of the more tanky guys, typically this kind of stuff will be enough. What's the actual difference here? Oh! Okay, interesting. The light gun actually has significantly better attack power. Now, it has the... Okay, the text is not updated. Alright. Back to it. Alright, so Kingfisher, fair enough. Let's do Wasteland for this guy. Why not? Man, I just love that so many PSP titles are getting mods. Like, especially the fact that, like, I'll be honest, in a lot of cases, when Wachter was saying and putting out this kind of stuff, I always thought everything was for the memes, but, like, this seems like a legit rebalance. He's not for his memes. Actually, it might have been. Who knows? What I'm saying is, thank you for modding the game. This looks pretty dang sweet so far. So yeah, finally a reason to pick up the light gun here. I actually kind of like this Napalm light gun combo. We'll see if everything continues holding up. See, I wonder if with a rebalance, Last Raven could be made to be fun. Because, I mean, there's so many cool mechanics to it, it's just... I don't know, it sucks to play. Is the thing. Oh, are we trading back and forth on asking for stuff? What's up, kiddo? Fun times. Okay. Onto the Space Dome. Well, now that I think about it, with only an increase up to 155, I mean, I guess it's kind of worth the upgrade. Like, I keep looking at this thing and thinking, like, it does the job. Like, it's basically a robot SMG, as it should be. Just so worried about the ammo count on it. I almost wish it was, like, I don't know, something a little bit different, like 280 or so, but I guess then it wouldn't quite fill that role as well. So what does it remind me of? Because it kind of makes me think of using an EO, to be honest, because like the machine gun EOs and things like that. You're just there trying to not take too many shots. No, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of War Thunder. It's like where like if you're going and playing on realistic mode and all that, where it's like, okay, you have maybe, it's like, well, I think it's typically like 600 shots, but they last a few seconds. So you've got like 10 seconds of actual shooting that you can do, so you're just sitting there lining up a shot forever. It's like, please, please, please don't miss. I don't want to go back and land and wait 5 minutes to get rearmed. Like, don't make me use this mode's mechanics. Anything but that. Yeah, I need to work on the FCS on this guy. Yeah, the arena wind gun still seems to be doing its job pretty well, even if I can't seem to be aiming it terribly well today. Good morning, Mr. Cow. So I'm not sure if you saw... Actually, yeah, no, I think you were the one that posted the Megas link, weren't you? That saw the idea for this challenge come up, what is it, 2 days ago now? I was actually going to do a couple Tactics Ogre things or whatever, but whatever. There's a couple days that there's some small openings to be able to do some of these, so... between work and other stuff. Which I hope that it actually bothers to pay me this week, because I'm so sick of starting jobs that suddenly decide not to pay me. Being an adult is dumb. Just saying. Why the hell did we all agree that growing up was a good thing? Alright. I need one of these 3 shots to hit. For a little bit of basics on the run here, I'm just trying to get to the point of actually unlocking the weapon that we're supposed to be using for this challenge, because I have no clue when it actually unlocks. So I'm basically just getting some early game money in order to be able to build up towards, well, build up towards actually getting somewhere. And specifically 7th Heaven. I like to kill off 7th Heaven for the early game money rush here, just because I usually end up doing missions to the point where they get killed off before actually realizing it, and I might not actually have enough shots to finish this guy. We'll see. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, on the earlier example, this definitely makes me think more of War Thunder with this SMG. It's good damage, but gotta be firing in little tiny bursts all the time. You know, going for the wingtips and things like that, or going for the cockpit. I'm actually a little bit surprised that I haven't seen more overlap between the AC community and War Thunder and all that kind of thing, because it seems like it'd be a fairly similar mentality. I mean, yeah, they don't really play similar, but just that same kind of idea of, you know, you're building a loadout and trying to work around its limitations, and occasionally you get options for really customizable stuff. Like, for example, I have one on there that is what was it, like a viewfighter, I think it's called? It's basically just meant to be a Christmas tree. It's like 8 machine guns all firing different colored tracers with all kinds of bright colors all over it. It's so stupid looking, but I love it. Alright. Yeah, whatever, might as well. No, we can't even do mileage yet, so let's move on here. Eliminate rogue engineer, sure. I'm not gonna use the arena wind gun here. Pew 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 pew. Just gonna keep it on hand just in case, though. Hopefully it's not necessary because this sucker is expensive to fire. I mean, especially early on here. Need to do this one in a few seconds. It's actually funny because they give you a time limit for your S rank on this one, but they don't actually let you proceed at your own pace. Just a little bit awkward. Why didn't you die yet? Yeah, you can tell it's been a while since I've been running this one. Which is funny because honestly, SL is one of my favorites. I just don't really run it as often. I think that kind of all started when one of the runs stalled out. It was the Adieu run. It felt weird continuing on to Silent Line after it ended up stalling out on Leviathan. I had a theory the other day on how to potentially do that one too. Oh no, they sent Sharpies! There we go. And just like Nair Bridge, with this one I always try to get through the door before the actual mission ends. Now, by the way, Mr. Cow, do you happen to know if Wachter mentioned at any point when these nuke things are actually unlocked? Let's go ahead and sell that thing real quick, get something else in the left hand, and... You know what, let me just go ask him real quick. One sec. And back. And by the way, Mr. Cow, if I'd known about this thing before sending out the device, I would have absolutely added it on there. But this literally just, like, I just got a hold of this the other day. You know what? I never used the rifle. Let's use the rifle. And then FCS-wise, what do we got here? You can still buy the best one right off the bat. Okay, cool. Good to know. Kind of curious if the WS1 actually got nerfed. That'd be funny. Alright, we got sight lock. I don't know if... Yeah, I think that always took six slots. But yeah, no, the general idea of this rebalance is like it's an overall rebalance of the entire game. And long story short, the actual challenge was to get a hold of these 6-shot nukes, which are like 65,000 damage or something. And yeah, just basically beat the rest of the game using just those. Alright, this is pretty alright. It's just strictly alright, though. So like it's a little awkward to use it, but it's fine. It's a little bit better with the controller. Definitely wouldn't want to use this build on the PSP. Which I will say, to its credit, whoever came up with the PSP control scheme, that is really as good as you can do it for that one. Because I don't know about others, but the fact that you could use the thumbstick while holding down to basically give the same effect as an L3 button, really solid choice. Alright, so there's Gimlet. Thought it might have been an early unlock. It is not. Which, funnily enough, actually, speaking of PSP stories, so I have had I've had a thing for fixing up old PSPs for a while, so I've got parts from a bunch of different ones laying around. And so there's one that I was using for testing that had a really gored up screen. And like it turns out it was actually the screen case, not the screen itself. But yeah, I was trying to get the thing fixed up for forever. I tried everything to get that giant hole out of the screen. There was really no doing it. So finally I said screw it, and I thought, you know what, I've got another one that was kind of my my first PSP that was still somehow in pretty good condition. I've had that thing since forever. The screen was still good on it, although funnily enough the screen case took no damage, but the screen itself was broken. So I thought, okay, let me try to Frankenstein something together here. Somehow, despite years of putting these things together, it never occurred to me that, hey, you know what? Maybe it's the screen case, not the screen, that's actually broken. And yeah, so long story short, ended up finally getting a fully functional PSP there. Although weirdly enough, in the process of cleaning it, I ended up partially ruining the screen. So I'm trying to get it all cleaned out right now, because I put a little bit too much cleaning fluid on there and ended up dripping on the thing, so it's all covered in rice at the moment. But you know what? It seems to be getting better, so there's that. Also, I definitely should have taken the left path. Nah. As far as these paths go, generally you want to finish on right path, but whatever. It's fine, we're already not S rank in this one. You need to be using energy and kind of running a really fast build to be able to S rank this one. Get the extra part. And the dead end. I kind of wish they'd put something in the dead end. It's a little bit of a shame that it's just never used in any version of this map. Although, I always appreciated how full of callbacks Silent Line was. You can tell that they were just like, okay, we need to ship a sequel, but we've got, like, just the assets of the last game. Make it work. We've got no asset department to make this happen. Can we make one new enemy? Okay, we'll make the big white and we'll make the last boss. Everything else, just reuse. And then they made it work. Now, interesting thing, by the way, I just want to point out, this is one of the few areas where you can actually still use the glass breaking mechanic, which I know is weird to think about, but as you can see, they've all got that standard glass breaking thing, because on the PS2 version you could just go break the glass, and every time a stray shot went by, just exploded in the shower of glass, and it was really cool. In the PSP version, they were all pre-broken, but occasionally, in very rare spots, there's little bits where it actually will make the break sound. Just a fun little detail. Alright, I think we'll go for Distract Security Team, get the dude out of the arena. Did that give a mission unlock? No, that gave a part reward. Really? We got the thing? I mean, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot it's Silent Line. You gotta buy your rewards, dickheads. Oh man, okay, I will say, as much as it's kind of a dick move, it is something that I always appreciated about Silent Line. Because as far as the whole oppressive corporate greed situation, yeah, they nailed that on the head real good. Do we go for a pistol here? Nah, probably not. Energy cap, probably not. Maybe a better booster. Get me my birdies. Should probably paint this thing, but I wanted to wait to paint it until we actually got the build set up. One sec. Alright, and back we are. And I will say, even if my schedule does change at some point, it's probably going to end up being limited to... Like, if I manage to find a way to mesh the work and everything else, it'll probably end up still being a situation where it's pretty much going to be limited to nap time. The kiddos don't believe in sleep anymore, we're at that phase. So there's that. We're all fast now. Saddle line, you're fun. You're the one where you can just hard boost. Hard boost firing 2 guns and just win. At least against this guy. It's like, if you're faster, you've just won now. There we are. Dude went splat. I mean, he tried. He got a couple of hits off. But that's okay. Alright. Probably just 2 more arena fights. I mean, we can do the full thing if needed, but the point is to unlock the big nukes, which I will assume will cost us a pretty penny. So don't worry, we're not just grinding out the arena all day. This is, for all intents and purposes, going to be almost a speed run. Although after all of the rocket-only runs, it's really fun just to be able to do this. Sweet infinite red zone. It's actually funny, I was watching this the speed run the other day of AC3, and they're like, oh, the red zone recharges slower, so you never want to use it. Hell yes you want to use your red zone. It makes a noise, but that sucker is gonna be lasting you a good long time. Like it's always fun to see that kind of stuff, though. It's like there's all these different ideas people have come up with for a game that you can tell like they're used to speed running a whole bunch of things, but it's like there might be a whole bunch of tricks to the game that they may not necessarily know. That's why I've been making a joke a few times that I should probably try speedrunning Tactics Ogre, just because there's so many obscure freaking mechanics that just never come up in speedruns. It's like, I'd absolutely love to see somebody going and just cheesing the hell out of weird class leveling mechanics in that one. Like, granted, the current run essentially just tries to out-level everything and then tries to go for specific stats over the course of the run, but I have yet to see anybody just basically go for, like, a teleporting knife build. It's very possible. I mean, realistically, I think a solo might be the way to go in that one, but... Or even a 2-character run. Oh, poor Mileage. Poor Mileage. You poor bastard. Okay. There we go. It's a very simple build, but it's doing the job. Honestly, I kind of just want to add some EO to this thing, just to have the usual 3-gun setup. It's probably my favorite way to go for Sound Line on a casual run. There we go. Get some parts. Yay, we make some things, and we get the M70. Neat. Let's go ahead and sell it. Hello, rockets. Goodbye, rockets. And now we buy an EO core and a generator. Well, that's not really much of a choice now, is it? Completely forgot that we have access to that one at the start. That's not busted at all. So, apparently these have actually been readjusted quite a significant bit. Like, apparently heat is less of a thing in the mod. I'm not sure to what degree, but it's there. Wow, that thing's actually an up... Wow! That's a bit of a change. Okay, so apparently this generator, it weighs less than the starting one. Like, it heats... it's quite a bit of heat. Actually, no, maybe it's more of a thing. Maybe I've been misinformed. That's pretty neato. Well, in that case, if we're going to be doing that kind of thing, we're going to need a better radiator, won't we? I'd definitely love to see the heat mechanic play more of a part in this. Yeah, I gotta say, toddlers mimicking stuff is occasionally absolutely hilarious. So, my son became completely obsessed with watching Boss Baby, which, I will say, for what it's worth, I've never seen the movie, but the actual show? Not bad, surprisingly. Anyway, so, long story short, lately, he's been just doing this whole thing where he insists on walking around everywhere with his hands folded behind his back, trying to look all professional. It's kind of awesome. Alright. Oh, hey, Mr. Dude. What's up? Oh, you need that fixed? Is that how you ask? Good job. Alright, let's get this fixed. There you go. You're welcome. Alright, let's do this one. Let's Boss Baby stuff on Netflix. Yeah, there's quite a few. What's up? Well, then why'd you rip it off? Okay, it's gone then. Yeah, you broke it. Why'd you do that? We got this, like dollar store necklace kind of thing. And he constantly wants to pull on this thing, but then gets angry when it ends up ripping. So you just pop the thing back in and is like, no, I need to fix it. Alright.
Find a way to get their attention.
Man, what a douchey mission. Also, I think that's the hang fix in action right there. This is one of the ones that will crash on emulator. Which it seems to load them in as dark shadows. We're actually loading in the skylines proper. Or the shadows proper, sorry. It's like, it's specific interactions with specific skyboxes that it has an issue with. Man, these guys have insurance. I mean, it's not going to do anything for the fact that they're kind of stuck to the bottom of my foot, but hey, one can hope.
Disturbance detected. Seal off section B26.
Yeah, that is some weird lighting going on. Okay, hang on one sec. Alright, and back. But yeah, so on that whole there's lots of Boss Baby stuff on Netflix thing, it's like, as far as I'm aware, there's the movie, there's the show, and then there's another one that's this kind of like one of those interactive type dealies, which was an odd one. Yeah, why did I get a Claire for this again? I mean, I guess they're soaking damage, but... just the fact they gave you this EO at the start, it gets so broken.
Thanks for your help.
Oh man, look at a Claire just dancing over there, just, oh yeah! Love this theme though. Kinda wish they used it in more places. But you do see it pop up in the arena every now and then. So there we go, we get the Quadzookas. Neat. Destroy elite units. Yeah, why not? We'll just pick the airplanes, because they're usually the best. Can we afford anything else? Yeah, we can afford Beacon. Why not? Just something to absorb shots, more or less. This one's kind of funny, because as far as I'm aware, their stealth doesn't actually work as well as the ones in AC3. Like, you just kind of do this. You just walk forward, and that's kind of it. So, Rambo bots, not necessarily so terrifying. And you may not see them on radar, but the orbits are generally going to do the job, and there's a bit of a delay at the end of the mission.
That's all of them. Nice work, Raven.
There we go. Usually you want to get the airplanes just because they cover a huge amount of ground, and they can hit them without usually losing too many units. Like, of the 3, we lost 1 of them, and 1 of them took a hit. So they're pretty solid. Honestly, in AC3 and SL, if there's an option for planes, just go for planes. They cover the entire map. It's very handy. So usually if stuff gets stuck in a weird spot, you don't necessarily have to worry about it. Okay, so more stuff became available. Does that mean we get to do the challenge run now? Do we get to do the thingy? Did Crest Dad give us parts? No. No, we still don't have Mega Nukes. Dang it. Dang it, Wachter, why didn't you include rules for your challenge? Oh, protect power plant. We're here already? Oh wait, no, it's that one. I was gonna say, it's not Big White yet, right? Usually get Carbon for this one, they're the fastest, they tend to do the best job. I love the pun name for this one, because it's Vicious Circle, the map is a circle, har. So, if they never place anything down, you get it's like either a bazooka or a sniper rifle. But all you really do is pick a direction and go down it. It's just the walking ones that actually do anything. The hovering ones will just kind of hover there. They're mostly there to absorb your shots. So if you happen to lock onto the walker first, definitely just deal with that. But yeah, this one isn't even really much of a thing on like a rocket-only run, so a normal run tends to be pretty casual. Especially when you can be all overpowered and stuff. Now, is this one of the contenders for the most profitable or something? Yeah, I just love that feeling of just EO and double guns in this one. I mean, it comes back in LR, sure, but it's never as satisfying as it is in 3rd gen. Or early 3rd gen, rather. In fact, so I've always said that I really respect a lot of the way that they handled gadgets in 5th gen, but that was one of those ones that felt like it got really shafted. So instead of EO, they have what are basically shoulder-mounted auto guns, which is cool. Like, the concept is really cool, but you never get any feedback from them working. I mean, they'll fire, they're basically just a turret, but it never feels like they're doing anything, because their effect seems really minimalistic. You just see like a little bit of flashing and that's it. Which, yeah, great on the realism front, not so great on the feel and cathartic front. Yeah, a little bit weird to shoot and aim with the same stick, but okay. Oh, the hidden part one? Okay. Makes sense. No, he's gonna get it. Douche. Yeah, I think there's some spawning rule that occasionally they'll just get there closer. Like, I don't think it might have been that I didn't notice that one, but it always feels like there's one that sort of pops out a little bit closer just to kind of give it a bit more action. Which, honestly, in most AC games I wouldn't think of it that way, but SL is pretty rife with situations where they're like, okay, stuff's either going really well or really bad, time to change the parameters. It's like the kind of obligatory, hey, there's a bunch of, missiles and craft flying in an airport thing. That one actually gets a lot easier if you let a few of them hit early. Oh, we still got the inside part, and we still got the bazooka. Okay, cool. Did we unlock stuff now? No, just part reward. I think we might as well save it. Do I have any save slots left? I don't think so. Okay, hang on. Yeah, this one's the older one. Save over that one. And yeah, we'll adjust this thing, like actually give it a proper color scheme and whatever once the run actually starts. Alright. Upwards and onwards, protect transport or don't, defend solar power plant. I like this one. I don't know. They're kind of basic, but I always liked all of these ones. So this is Danger Popcorn, and this is actually one of the ones that, or no, it's actually solar, or not solar, but sunflower oil. That's the other one. Danger Popcorn is just the one with the funny name that occasionally can let you go underground. The one with the machine gun is sunflower oil. How they came up with these names, I don't know, I guess they were hungry. But yeah, this one, if you do really well, they're like, oh man, they got inside and the entire building's on fire. You should probably go do something about that. Like, but how did they get in? I've literally been standing in front of the door. Don't question it. They've just been in there. And yeah, I think you have to completely wreck this place yourself in order to actually fail it for losing panels. Because I usually just go completely nuts wrecking the panels out of this place and it still doesn't do anything. Just let the pew-pew beams handle the planes. And yeah, heat definitely feels like it's more prevalent in the mod. So, good on you, Wachter. Happy about that. Yeah, I was asking for a version of SL also that would just be pretty much downright mean in every way. Just an absolute murder hole rebalance. Like everything gives 1 AP or something. I'd love to try a no damage run in this game. I don't think it's possible, but it would be really fun to theory craft anyway. Alright, good. We didn't get the second half. That's at this point where it suddenly decides whether it's going to spawn more planes or give you the second half of the mission, and this is not a loadout for the second half. So you did the video because someone thought the part from last mission was gotten here by losing less than 10% AP. Tried to explain to them, but they weren't getting it, so I did a video. Yeah, makes sense. Though I will say Silent Line does have really weird requirements for a lot of stuff. Like, especially from PS2 to PSP, there's a bunch of stuff that changed. I don't think that was ever the case, so I know you're right on that one, but yeah. Also 513, because I always like going back to 513. I don't know why, I just love this map. And the fact that they reuse it, like, 3 times in one game. So, like, we just have a bucket of assets, make it work. Oh wait, right. That's the one that we shouldn't be nuking everything for. Green, good. Actually, wait, I think they reused this 3 times. Yeah, no, they do use it 3 times for this one. I already know that we didn't get the part for this one. Because in order to S-rank it, you need to not get any of your own. Yeah, whatever, you're already dead. It's like the problem is some of the tanks in this one, even if you are going for a Series S rank, sometimes the, and they actually don't tell you what the deal is with this guy. But some of the times the tanks will just run into each other and shoot themselves. This particular room always has nothing but enemies in it, though. So they just got stuck and they didn't realize they're behind a barricade, so they just got stuck back here. It's kind of a cool touch. It does absolutely nothing to answer the question of how on earth those ones got up there, but I guess they've just been slowly navigating out there. See, I never got it, but I did try to do the AP parts, but the turrets inside were hard to avoid. Yeah, that I don't like the second half of that one at all. Alright, protect part transport. This one's fun. Rodeo's usually the best one to go for here, I think, just because he ends up covering the most map. I mean, in most of these, it's generally going to be the guy who has the most ammo and who covers the most map. So we got a hidden part over here. Funnily enough, in the first one, or it's left first. Sorry, I thought it was at that one. Second time you come here for the after the airport, or for the airport defense mission with the missiles. That's the one that you find the Phantasma head in the right side hangar, which is a really cool touch, I gotta say. But yeah, so in this one you have a choice of whether to get a second part unlock or to get the part. You can actually get the really crappy burst rifle out of... oh, you know what? I should totally do that. I want to see if the burst rifle's any good. Because that thing was hot trash in the original. I wonder if it actually tracks now. Alright, Rebalance. Impress me. In some cases, you can create a situation where you just repeat this mission. Mission fail. I always love this trope, but the funny part is you don't keep the part that you got in the hangar. Like, you pick up both of them, but only this one's protected from the loss removal. It's funny. But you get the crappy burst rifle. Yay, revel in its disappointment. So, it's still 180, 180. It's got a solid amount of extra range, I guess. Good amount of heat. Okay, so comparing these two, compared to the lefty rifle, it's got more power. Attack heat is significantly better. I think what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna go run it in the arena real quick, because I'd love to see a situation where the double burst rifle is actually a functional build in any of these games. Because it looks so cool, but the thing's just trash. At least, usually. I mean, okay, it doesn't have the weird lockbox, that's good. Okay, its tracking isn't still amazing, but this isn't bad. This is like diet white glint right here. Five and dime store white glint. He's gray shine. He's gray flicker, there we go. mean, I wouldn't say it's better than the MG, but it's functional. It doesn't just miss every single shot, so that's an improvement. Now, I don't know what changed, because I don't know if the actual firing parameters were changed on it. But, alright. Whatever, we're gonna rock this until we get the nukes. Why not? It's something. Fine, I guess we'll do the mission. Go get the hand missiles. Or is it the grenade launcher? I don't know.
This is Alpha Leader. Target area in sight.
Cool thing is, they actually use the same voice actor for when you see them in other missions. Although they only ever say anything once they're at certain AP thresholds. And they say it very quietly. Yeah, this is the grenade launcher. I don't know why I thought it was the hand missiles. There's something about the angle. So just ignore the fact that we're using the part from the back of the transport. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Details. And that should normally mean it's got like 10 minutes to get here, but okay. Thankfully, their missiles get deleted, but our shots got to it before the cutscene triggered. That's always a fun little trick for avoiding damage. Okay, never mind, it still can't hit stuff very well. The other thing was just slow. Nope. Alright, dealt with. For some reason Netflix has been doing this thing lately where they'll basically stop playing something after a single episode, and it is infuriating. Mostly because when we have relatives over. One of the relatives in particular really likes to watch a lot of movies on just on loop, more or less. They just want to sit and binge, and so yeah, it's like the thing Netflix is known for some reason they're being really bad at lately. But then yeah, like the kiddos will want a show or something, and then a lot of their shows tend to have really short episodes. It's like, are you sure you want to continue watching to episode 2? It's like, yes, it was 10 minutes. Can you please just keep playing? Thank you. They want to watch more Boss Baby. I mean, granted, most Boss Baby episodes are longer than that, but still. Yeah, I have to say, I don't know what's changed about it, but it feels like the burst rifle is slightly less garbage. It's still not going to be top tier anything anytime soon, but this feels like it tracks better, at least for the first shot. Like part of the problem is that it fires all of them in the same spot. I mean, it might just be confirmation bias. I'm not sure. I always want this thing to be good. We're just defending an empty transport. Because we already took the part. We're just kind of playing it out now. I kind of wish. See, I wish they'd done this a little bit differently. Because could you imagine how funny it would be if you could still complete the mission on your first go around, but then you just always get an F rating for it or something, and then you end up getting charged the price of the gun. Where you're just like, oh yeah, no, we just realized it's technically a completion, but you also stole our fancy new gun. So, we're just gonna charge you for that. But no, they just gotta settle for giving you a bad review on, like, Raven Yelp or something. Would it be just Squawk? Just like bad Yelp reviews for Ravens, like just, oh, I gave you a bad Squawk review. F minus stole fancy new gun. It can't hit anything, but it's still ours. Alright. Okay, so we got 3 guns out of 1 mission. Yes, this one really likes to shower you and stuff. So this is the one that it should unlock. Do we get new parts available? Okay, does that give us our nukes? Because I would love to try to fight Big White with the nukes. Yeah, there we go. There's new stuff. Come on, biggies. Do we got biggies? Dude, give me my biggies. Why? What is this? At least, whatever. Give me some ammo packs at least. Also, I love how it gives you 2 different versions of the same double pulse rifle in the same, more or less the same space. Alright, so similar thing, where the modified version is hitting harder. I don't believe that was always the case. I think it was always an ammo difference between these before. Yeah, less range, more attack heat, slower fire. It's like 50 shots. I kind of want to use it, but also kind of don't. Technically speaking, all we needed for is the Big White, so... I mean... Alright. Alright, what's this thing do? Generator jammers? Maybe another day. Take a look at the stats at least. Alright, so... Quadzookas, out of curiosity, how are we looking here? Yeah, still 72 ammo, still... These look about the same. I will say not everything's been modified. It was only a few things that were actually modified. Like a lot of the really busted stuff was nerfed, some of the garbage stuff was boosted. Actually, yeah, I think the burst rifle used to be 150, 150, not 180, 180. I'm not sure. Let's see, 40 shots on the generator jammers. I'm fairly certain that's been upgraded. 186, still low attack power and attack heat range, etc. I want to say the firing interval has been increased, or been sped up. Not going to use the lefty grenades. Probably not going to use this thing. Probably not going to use this thing. And yeah, don't worry. I'll get rid of the EO and stuff like that. That's why I haven't changed too much. But going back to the regular EO once the actual parts are unlocked. Go. We'll just upgrade to these real quick. They seem like more of a direct upgrade than before. But there we go. Again, some of that might be confirmation bias. I do not have that screen up in front of me. So, away we go.
Raven, the security system is malfunctioning. We're clear to retaliate.
Man, this thing is the bane of so many challenge runs. Is if you have any kind of weird damage output, just the fact you gotta fight through so many corridors can be a bit of a problem. Okay, EO, why? Thank you. Yeah, that sounds like a convincing person in terror. Though, that all said, the EO does function a lot better in this game. And in situations like this, you can do one of those cool shooting sideways moments. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, for low AP runs in particular, this part is awful. However, that said, if you're running a crappy radiator at this point, there's actually a trick you can use to basically ignore the heat mechanic to some degree. You're pretty much going to be required to take about 2k damage, give or take. But the fun part is, your overheat condition only lasts as long as you reach like the medium between the threshold of where you should be overheating, as well as your actual maximum for your radiator. So, like for example, right here, that is technically higher in this room because even when it's cooled down, it's considered being on fire. Meaning that you actually will overheat at a higher, what am I saying? You'll be out of overheat at a higher temperature than you would be if you left the room. It's kind of a funny thing, but either way, pretty neat. The kinds of weird things the Challenger runs teach you. And yeah, it doesn't matter which order you do these bottom two corridors in. I've noticed there's a few spots where I didn't want to use the EO, that was why. There's a room in this one. Right up there. Will give us access to our hidden part over here. I don't know why I'm grabbing this, because I'm pretty sure this is just some rando inside part, but whatever. Feel like grabbing it. We're doing fantastic on AP. I usually don't have an upgraded radiator at this point, so usually we're running a lot less AP. It's kind of a neat little room, because you can get to the other side of the busted up door, and for some reason there's just a part right here. Who knows why? I believe that's actually an ECM maker. I'm not sure. It's basically random candy for you to pick up, to be completely honest. A lot of the hidden parts are pretty, eh. But whatever. They're just fun to go and collect. Yeah, our radiator capped out at 86 in that room, but 43 over here. That can be a difference of several hundred if you're running a crappy radiator. Like, I believe it's about 150, or actually no, it's like 40 something in the right outside the room. But then it can cap out at 300-ish when you're actually in the room. That's why you end up saving a pretty significant amount of AP that way. Then you get yourself out of technical overheat, then you're only considered in kind of like a warm status, and then you end up leaving, and that's it. But yeah, these radiators are way stronger in the mod. We didn't even overheat going into those rooms. Well, good to know that the AC can survive just straight up walking through fire. That's pretty neat. Kind of adds more of a roleplay mechanic, I suppose. Like, say what you will, I still think of these games as role-playing games. Time for low-budget cutscenes. Oh yeah, check out those low-poly models, man. Oh man, that thing's textures look gross. Yep, and then when it kneels, you just fire all the stuff, and it should be pretty close to done right now, actually. This thing's pretty weak to energy, if I recall. Yep, there it goes. Done deal. This build is frickin' strong.
Thank you, Raven.
I want to say the double pulse rifle was actually beefed up in this one, because I remember seeing it as the subject of one of Wachter's videos that came out a while ago. I will say a couple of them ended up going down before I got a chance to take a look at them. Plus, I never realized how low-res this fire was until it's at full screen. But yeah, then a few other videos came out. I saw some of them, and then just kind of lost track. I was trying to watch them in order. Then they just got lost in the never-ending watch list. We got Spread Bazooka, we got yeah, I think that is an ECM maker. Oh well. Right, now we get stuff. Yes, notification, let us buy things. One sec. Yeah, I was checking if there was a response from Wachter. There's currently no response from Wachter, so... Oh well. Alright, destroy cargo transport? No, thank you. Defend fortress? Yes, thank you. I love this mission. So you can team up with Irony or Advent. Advent tends to run out of ammo real quick. Although I guess we get a better sense of how good the double burst rifles are. Actually no, let's get Irony. He's fun to have around, even though he's terrible. He's actually one of the ones that I was really rooting for in the AI tournament. Because he did get reasonably far. Yeah, this is a fun build. So like, I think in many ways, Silent Line is basically what happens if you take what they were trying to go for with 4 Answer, except just make it less complicated. Also, a fun note, that road doesn't actually go anywhere. You'd think they'd stretch it out for a bit, but no. It just kind of ends. Now, I believe there's some visual fog in the original that prevents you from seeing that, but there's a lot of weird graphical things that you can see in the PSP version. That's be a turret. And for anyone that's ever wondered, basically all they're trying to do is damage the door. So in a lot of cases, your AI guy can actually get you screwed over because they'll suddenly get to the door and start firing like Irony was doing right there. I have had more than one occasion where he just sits there firing his guns into the door.
Nice job, Raven.
Aw, they're throwing out nice words. Thank you, guy that can't figure out how a build works. And yeah, this is another one of those ones where the parameters will entirely change depending on how you're doing. Like, if you do really well, they take over the fortress, they start,
You're doing fine, Raven.
yeah, I think we might be reaching about the middle tier of this one. But yeah, they'll take over the fortress, they'll turn its guns on you, they'll send a couple extra waves. It's cool, you know what? There's so many cool little things this game does. Yeah, definitely leave those planes for last. It's kind of machine gun slash energy builds make me think of Wing Commander a bit.
Raven, additional targets have been detected.
Yeah, I really like this build. It's fun times. Like, try as 4th and 5th gen might, they added a bunch of cool things, but it just, double guns never got as satisfying as this stuff.
The enemy is retreating. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, we didn't get the best version. Oh, I forgot the side shields. Yeah, you can pick up the side shields back there by the hangars. Totally forgot about that. Which is weird, because it's usually the first thing I go and grab, but whatever. Oh well, but we got the other burst rifle. That'll do. Oh. Oh, that's sad. Wait, what? Well, now its naming convention doesn't make any sense anymore. Oh no, wait, it is still the 120. Okay, so... yeah. Eh. Whatever. Is there a lefty laser rifle yet? So it wasn't this one, it's actually the other one that got nerfed into the ground. Or it might have been the other one, I don't know. Or it might have been this one, sorry. I'm not 100% certain. Looks like... Oh, the ferry isn't trash anymore? Alright. Alright, I'm interested. I think this thing got extra ammo on it, too. Alright. Alright. I know the main thing they were going for with this one was to try to... Oh, it's the lefty spreads. Okay, you know what? Screw it, that's fun. I know the main thing that was mentioned earlier that they were going for with this one was to try to set up a sort of multiplayer rebalance. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's alright. There's some solidly average DPS. I think it fires faster? It's a little hard to tell. Alright, so I think we might need to get past the defend power plant thing. Yeah, we'll do this one, it's super easy. Go for the planes, because you always go for the planes.
Enemy targets sighted.
Yeah, you can go for other stuff, but honestly, always go for the planes. They like to fly through the trees, that makes total sense. I have no clue why they... I think they only don't fly lower, because they want to give you at least some threat with these things. But in most cases, there's no reason for them to even get onto the map. Like, all you gotta do is go back and forth, and that's it. Like, I don't think there's any run or scenario that I've ever seen that this was an issue. And as per usual, the trees are kind of random in terms of which ones are real and which ones aren't. Dim Forest, as it happens, does not have any music. Who knows why? They just didn't believe in music for this one. This actually applies for 3 and SL. In most cases, the planes will sort out most of the problems. Well, it is able to hit them. It's better than nothing. Alright, they managed to shoot one of them down off screen, that's fine. I mean, if you get the planes and you get one other helper, you actually don't have to do anything in the mission. They will just beat the entire thing for you. And it's a little funny because I don't think you ever get a single mission that is that's under like 15k, and yet you're always offering them 15 or like 10 or so, sometimes as low as 4 or 5 to even show up. It's like, that's not even going to cover your costs for being here. Who knows why they agree to it. Who knows why people agree to a lot of things. I can only imagine the meetings these guys have. If my own meetings lately are anything to go by. Alright, part access granted, neato. Can we buy nukes now? Still some new stuff, but did we get the big ones? No, they still do not trust us. They don't trust us with the 65k nukes. Dang it. Wachter! Was this just a very thinly veiled excuse to play through the entire thing? It's like, I would do the challenge run to get the part, it's available right at the very end, you're welcome. You unlock them by beating the last mission. I mean, there was no need to fail anything, I would have gone for this anyway. Been asking to get access to this mod for a while.
The target is.
Then I was told to go look for it elsewhere. Which I kinda did, a little bit.
Watch it, Raven.
Oh crap, right. That's not gonna help at all. Yeah, we probably failed it. Oh well. I forgot that you can't exactly feather if you don't have an overboost on you. Yeah, it's gonna be out of range in one more turn. Now, while you can blow up the parts, technically all you need to do is just keep hitting it, and it doesn't really give damage indicators. But you basically need to be firing at it this whole time. There's no way this is going to work out. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't fail if you wouldn't arbitrarily cut us off there, sir. I guess it makes sense. They can't be seen actually doing it, I guess. Slash, they can't be bothered to model a subway station. The silent line! Okay. Train a fortress, or blow the thingy. Yeah, let's do that. You can get a... I think it's like a generator or something. Fun thing, though. These things do not actually count as being alerted. Unless you hit them and then you don't do anything for a couple seconds. So you can absolutely just snipe your way through this thing. Oh no! Good thing they don't have instant wireless transmission. But yeah, trying to fly above the rocks will get you busted. Trying to stay within their line of sight will get you busted. It's a pretty easy one to pull off. In most cases. Thankfully they can't hear terribly well. You can, if you wait about half a second, you can usually get past the entire thing without actually firing a shot, which is the absolute ideal, because there's a whole lot of hurt that comes in the next section. Kind of a big gauntlet to get through. And then if you feel like it, and if you did well, then you have the option to fight 7th Heaven and Gimlet. Or actually, no, Mileage and 7th Heaven. Now, you usually want to go for the walkers first, just because the whole vertical missile thing is a bit hard to dodge with everything else going on. If you're on the PSP itself, so, like, I would say if anybody's doing a speedrun of this, probably play it on the Vita. Because it's still an official version that plays it, but, yeah, this crap lags like crazy on the Vita, or on the PSP. Like, the game was clearly not meant to handle it. I mean, hell, even the sound effects can't keep up.
Reconnaissance complete. Hang on. An AC.
Love how this guy tried to do his best Snake impression.
Mirage has an urgent assignment.
Yes, yes, open the dang door.
The target is an AC inside the fortress.
It's actually 2.
They're sending in reinforcements.
Yeah, there's a few parts here you can tell that they had a different plan when they originally were putting it all together.
Enter the fortress.
Like, this is one of them, because they tell you there's 1 AC, and there's actually 2 of them in there. I mean, I'm trying to there we go. And then they send out Dude Guy to come help, which I'll leave because you can tell exactly what the playable area was supposed to be. Hello Sharon, or Karam. It's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be Sharon, but then they, you know, English and all that. But yeah, there's a few places that you can tell that they didn't quite let it sit in the oven long enough. This is one of them. Long Spear is one of them. So they're like, oh man, it's Long Spear. There is no Long Spear anywhere else in the game. He's not even in the arena under any circumstances.
Energy transfer pipes line periphery.
Yes. Let me get my FCS.
Destroying them will raise the ambient temperature.
Fire like a madman, you say? You got it. That's kind of a cool arena gimmick to this one. Yeah, the Orca might not be very good, but tell me that this EO plus any double guns isn't the best thing. I mean, it's a first-person shmup at that point, and yes, I'm mentally spelling it wrong just to mess with people. You got it, Snake. I found a Metal Gear. Send in our Metal Gears. Okay, we got the Dragon Slayer, we got the FCS. Yes, I know it's not called the Dragon Slayer. Okay, there we go. That's the big one. You usually get big unlocks right before the big ones, rather than after. Do we get the nukes now? Man. I have some words, Wachter. Alright, actually, is there a lefty burst rifle yet? Because I kind of want that thing. Alright, well, no lefty burst rifle yet. That's fine. Let's switch over to this, and I guess we're all good to go there. Get this shallow, wide crap out of here. It's not going to bother saving. There's really no need to save for this one. You are considered having beaten it one way or the other. There is I believe it's a decoy dispenser that's in the center missile pod thing, and you actually don't have to do anything here. There's only like 3 MTs or 3 flying MTs, 2 walking MTs, and the big white they actually have to beat here. For all the rest of it, all you do is travel. So best way to do that, just get onto the periphery here. And go on a little bit of a skating adventure.
Raven, we're tracking the satellite's progress now.
I mean, you can, you know, pop your EOs out here, just do a little bit of damage if you feel like it.
In range soon. Watch yourself.
Yes. I mean, you can't help but watch yourself. There's no first-person mode in this version. Now, optionally, you can just go back and forth in one of these sections, repeatedly clearing it out. The problem is that's generally best done if you have the turn extensions equipped.
Cannon bursts imminent. Keep moving.
So you kind of just got to deal with an MT every now and then. These seem to be faster than before. I might be wrong on that, but they'll always target where you are, or rather where it seems like you're headed. So it does have an actual lock-on that it's targeting. Aside from that, there's basically kind of plot lasers going on in the background. Like, there will be enough to blow up the center silo. It'll end up hitting all the little orbs and radio towers and stuff like that. And this is the moment where if you have an EO, you basically have your silent line moment. It's basically what I call when you're flying through the air, there's satellite lasers going off, you've got EOs firing off. It's the silent line feeling. It's a very particular feeling. And it's just when there's a complete overload of sci-fi, but it's kind of also a state of zen. Anyone else ever think that those Wachter things kind of look like they were a little bit Soviet? Alright, and then as soon as the sky lasers sort of slow down, there we go. That would be big white.
The enemy is withdrawing. Finish off those you can.
By which they mean the lasers are done. Actually, wait, these are the torpedo extensions. That's what those are. So we'll deal with all these little guys first. Surprisingly, these little guys can potentially do more damage than the big white. While you're just kind of sitting and minding your own business. So I like to wipe them out first. Oh, hey, buddy. So I believe it's this one and the very first one that you run into that are the only times they come in at first full health. I'm fairly certain the ones that you run into in every other fight are actually at about 75% or so, even on hard mode. Yep. Done deal.
Target destroyed. I can't believe you made it. That was some great piloting.
Yeah, I can't say much for Lotus. Thing's a bit of a smoldering ruin, but you're welcome. Saved your pile of burning rocks. I mean, if you think about it, you can break it down into concrete, you've got yourself a whole new industry. Done deal. Alright, we get the double laser, get that one. Neat. Alright, there's the other Vargas. Now do we get the nukes? Surely we get them now. Dude, Wachter, what the crap? Where are these things? Do they unlock after satellite? I have to rename this to, like, last 5 minutes are an actual challenge run. Robo Riders, you know, whatever, that's a quick one. And you get another hidden part from it.
Raven,
Now, I'd love to know that I wasn't the only one that failed this mission on their first try. Just due to the fact that they didn't realize I had to push the elevator button.
There's no time to waste.
Yeah, you're the one who put me on a slow elevator here. So you gotta push the button on the other side to actually unlock the elevator. And then it gets going, and then you save a little bit of time by flying up, and thankfully they give you a little ramp to land on. It'd be a little bit awkward otherwise. This little ambush formation, you can tell that some programmer just discovered how ambushes work as soon as this game came out, and they're like, oh crap, we gotta have these everywhere. I have no idea why the button on the other side is on the other side of the door. There we go, last floor. Then all these guys go boom, pick up the hidden part. It's another relatively useless inside part. And then there's this guy who also doesn't show up anywhere else. He's also the only one that uses the heat gun. Which, I mean, I guess in this case it makes sense, because why would they be part of the arena? They're basically an anarchist. Ooh. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright. Yeah, once they get stuck between two pillars, they just usually lay into them.
The enemy is retreating. Mission complete.
Wasn't me, bye! Funnily enough, you can call the elevator for this one, but you can't open the door. There we go, got the lefty burst rifle. Now we go for the big build. $350, yeah, this thing definitely feels like it was buffed. Which it better have been for how hard they suck. Yeah, I think it's time to go for good old chicken head. Get that second back extension. Double check that we didn't magically get missiles for that one. Nope. Then we're just gonna have to title this, like, Wachter gives impossible challenge run. You can't get the part, so you've already failed it before you've started. I'm just picking on him. Seriously though, thank you for making this mod. Alright, reduces lock on time, that won't really help this. Improves turning, very yes. Reduces energy use, and... Right. I think that's all our slots, I didn't really look. Oh, that takes 5. Alright, fine, get rid of turning speed. For now, anyway. As we seem to be doing alright in that department. Alright, repel assault. This is the one with long spear. Sunflower oil. Oh? Why? Is that... Is that new?
We'll provide backup as soon as the guns are online.
Why does this feel different? Because I could have sworn the panels were facing the other direction. Alright, I think I'm just looking into stuff that isn't there. There we go, just awkwardly sitting here. Yeah, I feel like these are way better. I can't exactly pin down how. Hang on one sec. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what's changed about these. I mean, maybe it's just context, but they still don't seem to track very well, but they are fun to use. There's probably no way to fix their tracking issue though, 'cause that's hard baked into the game. The actual following mechanics didn't exist until later on, so there's probably nothing even in the engine to make that work. But yeah, there we go.
Mission complete. Callback system disengaged.
Alright, mail received. New parts available. Do we finally get nukes? Now that I finally got my double burst rifles? No. So, where do those suckers come from? Let me double check the message. Surely there must be something in there. Furnace cell patch has max attack large missiles, basically one hit kill against most things. Large missile arena speedrun. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it turns out I'm just an idiot and misread what it said. Which, granted, my wife yells at me for all the time. Like, stop misreading things. Yes, I misread things. I'm sorry. Okay, so we'll do arena as soon as we unlock these dang things, and then that'll be the run. Defend Vargas. We're basically just gonna fail this one instantly. Yeah, MTs are generally gonna be better for this one. Like this guy, I don't even know why he's here. He's got no business being there. Basically, MTs are just generally better because they don't really have a max range for a lot of their stuff.
Raven.
They just can hit stuff. So let's get our Phantasma head. Yeah, usually with a couple decoys you can make this one pretty negligible. Or snipes, you know, either one works. Realistically, there's almost no chance of us actually making it through this one. So you can sort of face tank them. You can sort of do some other stuff, but generally this is one that's a little bit of a challenge to do.
A second wave is approaching.
Yeah, we need to make it 3 waves. I'm a little bit surprised we haven't gotten the message yet. So it's going to be spawning in around there-ish. But just as soon as they spawn in... Yeah, that's...
Control tower. We're taking heavy damage. Do
Yes. I mean, there's really not too much we can do with this build. You gotta get them really well in advance. Wow. Yeah, that's why Beacon's good for this one. Like, if they get their shots off, they're definitely gonna get it. I'm gonna hit me instead, thank you. Nope, it's gone. Oh well. That's fine. Didn't say it was an all missions run, but they do give you that one twice, somehow. We rebuilt it, but the dang thing happened again next week. Okay, qualification exam. This one's hilarious because you just basically betray everybody. I mean, you can't lose if there's no competitors left, so... This might have been a programming bug, but I don't care, it's hilarious. Yeah, there goes his stuff. Yeah, for what it's worth, the burst rifles are fantastic for breaking stuff, but... Huh, maybe that's why they were so nerfed. Who knows? Looks like he's smoking. Convenient part about EOs here is that oftentimes they can give you targets without actually, without really even trying. Yeah, her single missiles are annoying. Just because they can adjust your view very slightly. It's pretty irritating when that happens. See, it's fine. We totally did the thing. So a cool trick you can do actually is yeah, you can actually kind of like lag fire this thing. So you can shoot at multiple things at once. Like whatever you log in, or not log into, but whatever you lock onto. Because it's kind of got a slow fire rate. See, look at all these things we're hitting, Judge Peoples. This isn't even going to slightly represent what the actual mission looks like, but that's fine. Because we hit all the stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, if you don't want to actually fight them, if you just put on an EO and like 2 rifles, you can just easily win this, no problem. Which is funny because even if you end up losing it, they'll still send you on the mission anyway. Because I think Karam ends up getting wiped out in the mission prior to this one, and I think Diligent, like Karam gets damaged but not killed, but then I forget what happens to Diligent because I know they do end up going one way or the other. Maybe they just put Karam in the pilot seat for the space jet.
Mission complete. Combat system disengaged.
Yeah, you got a box. Yes. That's a pretty cool box, man. Why are you wearing a sock on your arm, though? You don't have a box? Well, you should find a box. Everything's great inside the box. Now do we get to buy them? Well, that... Wait, did I just see them or didn't I? Yeah, there we go. That's about time. Alright, so now we're supposed to beat the arena like this. Sweet. Alright, let's do those. Gen cap. Sight lock. We're gonna need the lock-on speed one. There we are. And we don't really need more than 1 lock-on, though you know what? I would appreciate if there was a 6 lock-on version of this. Just saying, just saying. I mean, like, here's the thing. There was no reason to limit it to 1, because honestly, who the hell is gonna pull that off? What's this? Radar jammers and relation missiles. Are relation missiles allowed? I mean, they're not... I mean, they're technically an addition, and they're already here. Honestly, it's extra fireworks, because, I mean, it's 65,000 damage. What's that not going to insta-kill? Not to mention, that just looks really cool. Like, this looks like Veranord. In fact, you know what? Let's just make that the full Veranor. Here, let's, well, we wouldn't be able... You know what? Yeah. No, that would pretty much put us in the right... So we need the little wingy arms. We'd kind of want a chunkier version, so we'll just go for these legs. Because the actual Veranoric arms wouldn't really work, but they're legs, rather. So go for the Gales, go for these legs. Yeah, there we go. There we go, they're revolving orc. Nah, we're putting together a little magnet art over here. Alright, let's look through the sample colors. Probably want that blue one. Let's go for the Veranor color scheme on it. Unless there's an orange one that looks better. Ah, that does look pretty sweet though. Yeah, there we go. And, because there's technically no rule against it, we'll just go ahead and get a couple shields to make up for the fact that the arms are now garbage. Alright, so arena speedrun time. Rotation, you are awesome, but you're also gonna get pasted. Just saying. Yeah, I thought he... Hang on. I thought he said that there was a 6-shot version of this. Hi there, Mr. Evan. Good morning. So yeah, welcome to a modified version of Silent Line, where basically large missiles are insta-kills for some reason. And the guy that made... Ah, Mr. Man, why we... What happened? What happened? Hey, come on. No, you sit down. Give those back. You're just playing with them. Alright. But yeah, so for some reason, what was shown to me was a 6-shot launcher that was green, and that's why this whole thing was supposed to be like a 6-shot run. Apparently, no. Apparently, we've gone from 6 to 12 to 4 to 8. Yep. Yeah, cockpit-seeking missiles. This is true. This is true. It's basically the front mission 3 target pilot ability if using a machine gun. Man, that game was weird because like if you have the target pilot thing, if you hit them in the face, like the actual pilot in the face with a frickin' missile, regardless of what, it always just did 2 damage. Which they had 10 health, sure, but still, you'd have to more or less roll 10% 5 times in a row to actually get anything to happen. Whereas if somebody did that with like a rate of fire up, plus target pilot plus like double attack or something, they basically would just run into a case where, yeah, they could just machine gun them right out of the cockpit. It was an odd little balance thing. Yeah, I did get the mic fixed. I forgot to mention that. This is having a little bit of a tinkering day. That's the thing. I was going on about fixing the PSP earlier. Like I finally found a way to fix a couple of the old PSPs into one functional one. But yeah, I completely forgot about my actual my main point in all of that. There we go, on the very final one. Alright, but yeah, still wish that they were 6 shots, but oh well. Not enough to kill everything that moves, but hey, you can get her on the last shot. So, I mean, technically speaking, I guess, yeah, we never really broke D tier, so this is still perfectly fine. This guy's adorable. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be fast and get in your face. Goodbye. Like, oh no, run! Ah, too fun, too fun. But yeah, if you hear the mic breaking or chipping and chopping or just exploding again, do let me know. I think I got it all fixed up. Like I said, I was kind of in a fixin' mood the other day. Managed to fix the screen on my PSP, managed to fix some other electronics around the house, managed to hopefully fix the mic, so with any luck that sticks. Starts chopping again, then I'll know I didn't exactly seal it back right. Because I'll be honest, it was kind of a hack job, but oh well. Oh no! There's nowhere to go! Like, no, my orbits will save me. Like, let me just go left. Oh wait, there's one coming from the left too. Like, if you do manage to fire 2 of them at once, the funny part is this was before they got the really good missile dodging AI, so like that was around the nexus point of everything. But yeah, like around this point, all the AI knows to do is to run straight in the opposite direction, which is funny because even as a kid, I figured out that you could actually just snipe them out of the air. Like I always was running an MG build as a kid, so it was usually just a matter of run away and fire at it, which they will do sometimes in this one. I don't know which AIs do it, but I think it's just MG builds maybe. But they will actually spray fire at a large missile that's coming at them. So that's just a cool little mechanical thing. But what was I getting at? Oh yeah, but if you fire 2 of them from opposite directions, they'll just sit there and take it. It's like, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. Actually, these torpedoes are kind of perfect for this. I think I'm gonna have to get in this guy's face. Yep. Buddy, there's no escape now. Oh, it's too fun. But yeah, so I forgot to mention, so Evan, this is basically a total rebalance of Silent Line that Wachter's been working on. Usually we know him for all the seagull names and everything else, but yeah, apparently dude knows what he's doing when it comes to modding, so okay, he learns something new every day. Hi there, Mr. Wachter. So yeah, loving this already. We just unlocked the nukes. I actually thought this was like a nuke-only run of the entire game, but yeah, we're doing the arena now. Really dang solid so far, gotta say. Loving it. Which, okay, random technical question. So I was using the burst rifles as much as possible just to see if they changed. It feels like they track a little better sometimes, and oh my goodness, this frickin' Blippi video. One sec. Sorry, I was letting the kiddos use their iPads for the first time in a week today, and immediately they find Mr. Blippi with his police car. I just have this one video that makes me jump every time, and I swear my son knows it, because he'll come up right behind me with the volume just set at the right amount. And it's all whisper, 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 and then I'm like rear, rear, rear. I'm like, oh god. Burst rifle on right arm doesn't track, left arm does. Is that why it's got a slower fire rate now? Yeah, I know you just meant the arena now, but still, it's been fun all the same. Almost. Almost. Yeah, it feels like it's got a slower fire rate in the mod. Oh, but he can't see it, so he can't dodge it. There we go. They can't decoy unless they actually see the missile, which is just a funny thing of the AI. Or rather, at least that's the way that the in-game AIs are done. The AIs that Mr. Javelin puts out, he tends to fire them at random, so they tend to be a bit hard to get with that. I don't think he changed it. Weird. I could have sworn that there was... Maybe I'm thinking of LR or something. Because I remember that, like, 2 thing, and then this one's like 2, while the other one does the 2. This was descriptive and how an adult would describe it, so yes. That is how big boy talk. Oh man, I love breaking the AI with this right here, though, where they don't know which direction to run in if there's 2 of them. Spreadsheet has all the changes. I know, but I wanted to do it kind of blind and just sort of guess things and whatever else. Like, I did take a quick peek at it just to see if the lefty snipey and the 800 MG got changed, which, yeah, I did see those got done. I saw the arc got changed as well. It's like, it was like weight 500 or something now. I remember one of them got a really significant weight increase. I think I might be thinking of the snipey. Something like that. Oh, this is gonna go well for you in a second, sir. Goodbye. This guy makes me think of Warthog from Twisted Metal. I just hear like the every time they're firing missiles. The lighter parts typically higher on higher energy defense, heavier high shell defense on the biggies. Is it still possible to get an impossible defense stack? Like the 1 defense mega beef? Or the 1 damage mega beef? Sounds like it's kind of like a Fallout balance going on over there. It's pretty good. Shouldn't be. Good. Good, because that was rough at times. Soundline AI, you're fun with this. Oh god, oh god, oh god! That's fun. Yeah, I have a feeling energy EOs are going to be much bigger if we're doing tournaments and this kind of thing. And yes, I know I'm doing them on the arena, but it's just the fastest. It's supposed to be a speedrun type situation after all. Hello, Mr. Tankman! Oh, he's got decoys, that's unfortunate. Oh. Dang it. It unlocked slightly before I fired. Oh, he's got turnies. It might not be possible to do the nuclear backstab, as it were. See, the other option here is for these extensions to potentially hit the decoys out of the air. Oh god, oh god, oh god, he didn't technically fire another one, I can't put it down! The rules have betrayed me! I know. Let's see, the current meta is about maneuvering. EOs are basically useless. Well, they are still infinite, and they're a nice pressure move all the same. Egg! There we go. Did increase decoy reload, so you can't really spam them. Also good. Oh man, if there's a rebalance, I'm gonna have to redo all of it with the rocket run, aren't I? Although, hey, continuing this trend, that means you gotta make large missiles have like 10,000 damage. But then again, you gotta increase them from vanilla at least a little bit, so I don't know, like 10? Wait, are we seriously at Silver Fox already? That can't be right. No, this is definitely not Silver. Wait, is this actually Silver Fox? No. How are we at Silver Fox already? Speedrun, but it's not that speedy, is it? This guy's crazy anti-missile response, man. Right, that missile should get there sometime around next Tuesday. Goodbye. Let's see, rocket reload is halved, by the way, for back rockets. Oh, man. What's that gonna make the burst rockets look like? Did the napalm rockets get nerfed? Like the lefty rockets, I mean? Yeah, we're seriously at B1 already. How we're... I mean, I guess we are one-shotting everything, so there's that. Haven't touched him. So yeah, just since they never get used, it kind of tends to get overlooked. But the thing is, the lefty napalm rockets with the ammo extensions can have 120 rockets, which are basically guaranteed to do at least 400 each. Oh, we got an orbit. Yay! We've made planet science happen. This one's going to be a waste. I see you've increased their range as well. They're not rotting within a few seconds. One of those things I always kind of wondered about. That's why they decided to have this ridiculously slow-flying missile with, like, I don't know, friggin' flight time of less than your average paper plane. Wait, really? Is it just 3 that has the really short distance or something? I mean, whatever happened, they definitely feel like they've got a longer... Wait a minute. Unless... You think their damage might have maybe increased their flight time or something? Alright, we gotta do more missions to get more arena. Battle retrieval out of layered hub. Oh, this should be really cathartic. By the way, you promised me 6 shots of large missiles. Now the frickin' memes on the thing don't make any sense. Although, wait a minute. Oh man. I just noticed this is all jacked up. There we go. That's way too far. That's way up there. That's here. Ah, jeez. Well, that's the wrong one. Let's remove this one. Put that right under the chat box. There we go. That's where that was supposed to be. My bad. Let's move the chat box very slightly over this way. It still kind of overlaps. You know what? Whatever. This was a dumpster fire to begin with. Let's just move on. It's the clone large missiles. When do you get those? Or where, I suppose? You don't know. Well, dandy. You know, I don't remember if Moonsalt actually has decoys.
That's odd. It's not responding.
Well, I don't know. It's also kind of blown up and moldy and rusty and everything else.
Jamming the signal.
Or it's just broken, you know.
Mirage.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay.
Roger that. Proceeding as planned.
Right, about that plan. Ah, that's fun. It's fun. And they're just sitting there at the bottom like, oh man, we got this, guys. We totally got him. How long did the other guy last? 1.5 seconds, I think? It's funny how they kind of skip the room down here. Just transition straight into the next one.
Moonsault down. Engaging the target now.
Yeah, Moonsault vaporized is more like... Although this will potentially answer a question of what happens with this guy if... usually his stuff triggers before, what's it? It ends up triggering before there's actually, it's his low health that ends up triggering, Moonsault coming in. Or not Moonsault, but, Gold Bit.
Watch out, Raven.
Oh, okay, they do still trigger. I thought it might potentially break it. That would have been funny. Alright, we might as well go get the Sawa anyway.
You'll pay for that, Raven.
I mean, they were the most busted dude in the last game. What makes you think you have a chance? Such a perfect spot for this thing. It's from AC2. It's kind of the opposite of the AC2 intro. It makes sense for it to be there, kind of, if you squint hard enough. Yay! Yeah, these things are fun.
Area secure. Good work, Raven.
Mission complete. Combat system disengaged.
Turns out this game's a little bit short once you have the ability to just one-shot everything. Alright, Villas, no thanks. AI prototype. Yeah, let's just do that one. Although, wait, can we?
Combat system engaged.
Right.
How's it going, Raven?
This guy sounds drunk.
The supply vehicle can recharge your AC twice.
It's funny how that's probably a bit of an English translation, but somehow weirdly accurate to modern terms. Like, I don't know if they actually used the term recharge for all that kind of stuff, like way back when, but you know. Now, let's see if this is technically possible, because yeah, you can have them hit some of this stuff. There we go. Alright, cut this open for me, buddy. I guess we'll just blow it open, whatever. Shots, take shots, please miss some shots. And yeah. This is going fine. So we just need to get to that room. There we go. Got some of them out of the way. Nope, that's all of them out of the way. Good. Oof, crap. Very, very dead, though. The dead thing is kind of a problem. So this is what I was saving the last one for. Though there are 2 layers to this. Please get through the door, come on. There's a guy down the hallway. Yeah. Well, that's maybe not the most optimal way to do that. Hold on. One quick bathroom break. Okay, and back. And yeah, ow. That was a bit of a pain hurting the old wallet sack. Oh dear god, hang on, one sec. Alright, and back. Yeah, you know what? Whew. The little guy is definitely learning how buttons work. Gets this kind of sassy streak every now and then. You try to turn down the volume on the iPad. It's like, no, full volume, just comes up and turns something on.
Combat system engaged.
Alright, so despite what they said, you actually don't have to do very much here at all. So you're supposed to go take a look at the satellite. It's a nice little way to introduce you to the level. Basically, the satellite is SL's version of Rahito, where you basically get to view it first, get a nice little demo, get to learn that it kind of sucks there, and then you go back a second time. Which is, I guess all of it is meant to be like a 2-part callback to that one part in AC1 where you get locked in an underground lab, or underwater lab rather. Get locked in sea lab.
We have to find the controls.
Yeah, the controls are just one giant green button. Press button to security off. Although it's one of those weird security systems where everything just turns hostile when all the locks are undone.
Security units
That makes
are closing
sense.
on my position.
Kaboom.
Get back to the docking port as
Just
soon as
kaboom that
possible.
guy in particular. I wonder what's gonna happen with the last boss.
There's not much time. Let's hurry.
But yeah, you're kind of locked out of an S rank for this one unless you explore
AC Take
I
cover.
think it's like 65%, something like that. But also, screw that, so we're just gonna leave. Really not a fan of that mission. I never really like the maze ones because it's kind of hard to navigate. And also, the chicken head in many iterations throughout the series doesn't tend to have a very good mapping radar. Oh, see, as I say that, I get an S rank because I guess it was just that fast. Alright, Mirage HQ. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a pretty simple... Wait a minute. Is this one possible? I don't know if this one's possible. Well, it actually doesn't matter because we've already unlocked this anyway. Because you have to beat a few helicopters before you get there. I mean, I guess EOs could be allowed for it. Right. Don't know why I thought that would work. Goodbye. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Brief parenting break. Kiddos were playing very nicely until one of them decided that they owned a board of numbers, but then they didn't want their sibling to get it, so they're like trying to break it over their knee. Yeah. Anyway, situation corrected now. Alright, I think he forgot... No, he got the nuke out. Thing is, the torpedoes have to hit the decoy. That's kind of what it comes down to. Or he has to just not deploy one. Or in this case, where it actually just decided to follow him anyway. Interesting. He actually will deploy a decoy if you fire it, but then you end up getting cut off the actual lock-on. So like right there, I hit the fire button. It did a lock-on, but it ended up breaking at the same time. But he still tried to defend against it. Nah, this depends entirely on stuff at. There we go. There it goes. I know, you got your numbers. You did. Can we go put them on Mommy's desk? Okay. There we go. Let's do this one. Yep, right over there. That's where they belong. Yes, yes, Mr. Shatter. Hold on one quick sec. Okay. Yeah, there's potentially another option that if you force them to chase you, they'll basically just leave the decoy behind. This guy's a little bit annoying with this one so far. It's kind of just gonna come down to RNG, I think. Alright, can this last one hit him? Like, I would say just go right in his face, but that's clearly not going to work in this case. Because he's already in your face the entire time, and he does the whole, like, last Raven face hump, as I like to call it. Which, by the way, I started doing a little recording of some of, Arena probably isn't the best map. Yeah, probably not. It's just convenient to pick. Probably just doing parking lots best because of the whole face hump thing. Well, sometimes they can also get stuck in the outside pockets. That does a pretty good job of helping. But yeah, no. Like, I started looking at that top end of his AIs there. Oh, that worked out pretty well. It didn't even recognize the decoy yet. It probably would have circled towards it, but he was right there. But yeah, no. The friggin' like impossible defense bipeds with the part breaking sniper and the MG. It's just it's like it's in that annoying territory where it's like it's so meta that you just kind of hate it on instinct. Like I legitimately with those ones, it's every one of them has been beaten the exact same way, and I hate it every time. It's just like pure unmitigated loathing every time I see one of those pop up. Because I know there's immediately going to be a response afterwards like, oh man, it gave you so much trouble. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, this is BS for all the wrong reasons. I mean, we might just be able to run him out of decoys here, because he's still popping them out. I think he might just be popping them out on lock-on. Or maybe he's just popping off some extra decoys just for caution. I mean, I know for a fact he's definitely not got more than 10, so if he wastes at least 2, we're solid. This was a weird idea for a run, but it works. Alright, and there we go. There's the arena speedrun done. Now, just for the hell of it, I think we're gonna go see if we can just reach the last boss. Actually, no, wait. The actual run is impossible. Because we need to... It's actually the reason that I never tried to do EO only for Silent Line. Yeah, I seriously don't remember ever picking up the side grade large missiles. I have no clue where you get them suckers. Oh yeah, I guess that's the end of the run then. So okay, that was fun. Yeah, I'm liking this rebalance so far, gotta say. So it's been fun. Definitely like some of the changes. Out of curiosity, what kind of stuff you got planned for the future on this one? Like, if I were to throw some random stuff out there in terms of suggested balances from weird challenge runs and whatever, would be cool to see these get a little bit of a buff. I don't know, like, if it's shot velocity that would need to be upgraded to actually help those. Because in PvP, I'd imagine these things are just probably painfully worthless, I would assume. Like, I've seen a couple folks employ them, but still. Yeah, I know, I was talking about that earlier as well. That's the entire purpose of this thing. Yeah, I love this build right here. So yeah, large missiles are expected to stay insta-kills? Out of curiosity. The hidden stat tragedy? Oh, is there some stuff that you can't... Are there hidden stats? Like, is trajectory a hidden stat? They're quad nukes? Not yet, I don't think. I think that might be last shop upgrade or something. Definitely hidden stats. Well, boo. I guess technically speaking, we gotta beat these guys down here too. So might as well, like, shot velocity. Yeah, that would definitely... I'm sure you've already thought of it, but it feels like that would definitely be the savior for these tragedy rifles. Because, like, they occasionally hit stuff. It just feels like you get a very mild increase in DPS for what they do. Like, this guy's got no armor to speak of right here, and still taking quite a bit to actually get him. Like, maybe, you know what, or maybe some knockback. You know, if they had a bit more knockback to him, maybe that would do the trick. This guy's got nothing, and it still took that long. Weapon arms need to be touched, not a very... Well, sometimes the arms gotta be touched. Quad nukes weren't touched? Okay. I mean, those are already an insta-kill, but still. I'm a little bit surprised that he went up to 65k on the damage. Was that just to kind of see if it broke the game, or is that actually the intended eventual balance to him? Max limit? Gotcha. So what's the hopeful eventual number on that? Like 6, 7k somewhere? Like just enough to cripple and overheat, but not enough to insta kill everything. You don't know. Oh, did parry blades get touched at all? Oh, for... This guy, oh my god. It's not bad programming, but this guy is so annoying for challenges. It's the most random runs that this guy's a pain in the neck for. And this is definitely one of them. There. Oh, or not. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. There we go. That'll do. May I leave them like this? Alright. I mean, it feels like it... Well, if it is all for multiplayer, it doesn't matter that it breaks a single player. Because people are pretty well able to dodge them things. Like, personally, I would say it's something to the tune of, like, maybe 6,000 damage, but then maxed out heat damage. So that it basically puts them in more or less permanent overheat, if they do manage to survive the damage somehow. Out of curiosity, just for the sake of science, it did, like, I've always theorized that after heat hits a certain limit in this game, that it just kind of insta-kills. That it just sort of rolls over to the point that it doesn't have any more digits to go with. But, is that something you've seen? Fair enough. Well, there we go. Here's the last guy. The biggest challenge, the guy with 2 pistols. Well, yeah, I mean, it does go higher than 999. I mean, it just feels like after a certain point, especially if you look at speedruns and things like that, the overheat temp is 9999. Oh, gotcha. I mean, nothing's really surviving that anyway, but like, what's it? Like, I've always just kind of theorized that after hit, like, overheat ends up going past that point, that it just starts dropping health by the thousands. There just must be some certain breakpoint.
One of the helicopters touched down. Take it out.
This one's always been kind of a weird mission.
One of the helicopters touched down. Take it out.
It's like no matter what you do, it happens anyway. But if you fail right now, it's just a failure. If you succeed and then it happens anyway, it's fine. Not really sure what it is that's making the rifles perform very slightly better.
One of the helicopters touched
If
down.
nothing's changed. Like maybe some other values were adjusted without knowing or something. Because they do feel like they suck very slightly less.
They're withdrawing. Good work, Get inside. Destroy them immediately.
Alright. Oh, one of them's got like a laser anti-missile or something, I forget. Usually this fight's over in seconds. Yeah, I don't think that one was even meant for him, that's fine. What's up, kiddo? You making horse noises? I feel like this hitbox is jacked up, or the lockbox is jacked up. This is kind of what the standard, typically what the standard FCS does, and this is running the WS1, but it just kind of does that thing where it, hey, kiddo, what are you doing? Alright. Yeah, it's normally the starter starter one that does that whole like ghost range thing on the hitbox. Alright, is at 50%. This may be possible after all. Yeah, we'll say definitely at the very least the lefty feels a lot better. Like with the right one, I mean, if the tracking issues can't be fixed, I guess. Never tried actually just flying out of here. Wonder what happens. It's probably just a ceiling, right? Yeah. You can't just leave? Ah well, worth a try. Thankfully, most of Silent missions let you just quit out. Alright. Secure the thing. But yeah, I think that'll be, we'll just give this one attempt. Because then, yeah, after that it's satellite and everything else. So either way, thank you for the rebalance mod. Definitely curious to try future iterations of it as well.
The entire fort is controlled.
Curious to see what kind of other stuff comes up with, or gets come up with rather.
Roger.
We'll just consider the true end goal of this run to be to get the energy shotgun, which should be nigh impossible with these burst rifles. I just love how many hidden parts there are in each mission. You got your B head over here, you got your energy shotgun over there, you got your S rank thing kind of over, I don't know, I'm just firing at random, but whatever. But alright, yeah, and we're basically wrapping up here anyway. So yeah, thank you, Wachter. Looking forward to see where this progresses, and yeah, I will see you later. I'm just curious right here if we can even get the energy shotty with burst rifles. Probably not. There we go. The general idea is you can only hit the ones that don't have anything on them. Yep, there it goes. Energy shotty's gone. Funnily enough, there's a little bit of a lag period where you can potentially still get it.